DLC, the only show leaving BioWare. I'm one of your hosts, Griffin, and sitting across from me is my Commander Shepard, Brad Knight. Brad, how you doing?
I'm doing alright, I'm hanging in there, and a little disclaimer, we're not officially associated with BioWare. Don't sue us.
Yeah, don't. What is it, though? I only called you Commander Shepard because I couldn't think of what to call you.
That's fine. We had a very long discussion about Commander Shepard before this. Oh, no, we didn't. That was Commissioner Gordon. Never mind.
We had a long time about Commissioner Gordon and Captain America, and I'm like, where the hell is he going with this?
Yeah. I'm funky on my commanders and commissioners. Get them all mixed up.
And your captains.
And the captains. Any C word, really.
Yeah. So, I was going to say the biggest C word of them all, but then I'd have to beat myself, and that's extra work. How you been? You good?
You know, kind of hectic. It's been midterms coming up, so kind of flailing around, getting everything in order. But, you know, this time of year is always kind of hectic.
Week.
Oh, I can't wait.
It's going to be great.
Might have to do a spring break special or something.
Ooh, I like it.
There we go.
There we go. But we kind of have a good amount to talk about this week.
Oh, yes, we do.
So why don't we just, get right into the show, roll right into what we're playing. Brad, what have you been playing this week?
I've been playing a lot of older games this week, and nothing fantastic. Like, nothing I'm, jumping off the rails to talk about. I went back and played Gears of War out of blatant curiosity to see.
Did you play the remake or just the original regular version?
I played the original. I don't have the remake. But what I realized was that I don't think it needed a remake, is what I gathered from my PlayStation.
But I think it's, good looking enough.
Yeah, I honestly don't really think it needed one. I could see that maybe they were trying to do the Last of Us thing, where, it was popular, so let's get it on the new generation. But, I don't know. I don't feel it was necessary. I don't have 2, though. I have 1 and 3, so those are the 2 that I dabbled in a little bit. But other than the Gears of War games, I've been playing a little bit of Pokemon, just because it's a good time killer, and with the new games coming out, I was thinking about maybe jumping back into it, because it's been a long time since I played. And I've been playing a lot of Naruto games, oddly enough.
It's really weird.
Yeah, I've played almost every Naruto game that's come to the US, either because I own it or because I've played it with a friend or borrowed it from a friend. But the 3 in particular, I think, what were they? Ultimate Ninja, Rise of a Ninja, and Broken Bonds, I think, were the 3 that I was playing. Ultimate Ninja, I think, is the PS2 version. Is the PS2 game. So, that was interesting. But yeah, nothing great this week. No real excitement from my gaming life. I still haven't beaten Hand of Fate, by the way. A little update on that. I'm on the last little campaign thing, and I have to fight the dealer, who's the guy you've been talking to all game. And he is ridiculously harder than everything before him.
Like, is he a drug dealer?
Yeah, that's exactly what he is. But it's a huge difficulty spike from everything else. So it's been taking me a while. I think with a little more time commitment, I'll be able to beat him. But yeah, nothing great this week. Jacob, what have you been playing? I'm curious.
I played a lot of different stuff this week, actually. A couple betas. First off, played the Uncharted 4 beta, multiplayer beta.
Ooh, how was that?
It was really good, actually. I think that game's gonna be all right.
It's gonna be all right.
I obviously knew that game was going to be fine because it's Naughty Dog and Uncharted 1 through 3 are great. But, I never really cared about Uncharted multiplayer before. And, this game's, actually, the multiplayer's, really fun. I don't know what it is about it. I don't know how to explain it.
It's just engaging. They've got you hooked.
That's what it is. That's all I could really think. I don't know. I think adding that new, I don't know if you've seen the trailers for, the single player or whatever, when he has, that hook swing thing.
No, I haven't.
In one of the trailers, he has, a rope that he, hooks onto, a tree and, swings around. And, you get that in the multiplayer. So just doing that and, falling on people and punching them in the face, it's great. This game's really, satisfying. You get, a lot of cool moments in it.
I feel like I need to, get back into the Uncharted series, because I've never finished any of the games, but I've played all 3.
Yeah, you definitely do, man. Because Uncharted 4 is coming out, man. You gotta be ready, bro.
I do. I gotta get ready. I gotta get back into it.
You gotta go for it. Other than that, the other beta I played this week was Hitman.
Ooh, how was that? I'm actually curious about that one.
So the beta was a little odd because the way it was set up was it was like a training mission for Agent 47. Because I guess the way this is, like, I guess it's like a reboot of Hitman. So like it takes you back to the beginning of Agent 47.
Yeah.
And I liked it a lot. It was very freeform. Like, you could go at it any way you want. Like, you could just go in, like, shoot a bunch of guys. Or you could just, like... You can go in, like... There's, like, 50 different ways that you can go in. Because there's, like, challenges. Like, it gives you, like, certain tick-offs if you do, like, certain ways of finishing the mission. So, like, there was one that was, like... Like, it's a guy who's meeting with a buyer of something. Like, he's, like, an art dealer or something like that. They keep talking about on the boat. And he's, like, some dude's gonna buy something from him. So, like, you can, like... take that dude's outfit and pretend to be that guy and then kill the dude, or you could like be like one of the waiters and like drug his drink and then the dude could just like be poisoned to death, or you can go at it like a million different ways. And so I played this beta like 20 times and every time like I was not good at it, but I'd get a little bit better. And I'm very excited for the full game. I think it comes out tomorrow. Well, today, the day it comes out, like this episode comes out, it'll be out. But, I kind of want to like buy that intro pack thing.
You should. I mean, you've always been a fan of the Hitman series, right?
Yeah, but I'm debating on whether I want to just buy the intro pack or just buy the full experience and be done with it. You know what I mean?
I would wait. See, because you know somebody's going to buy the intro pack, and somebody's going to buy the full thing, and you'll be able to see both of their reviews. And if the guy buying the full game says, yeah, it's great, jump right in, then just jump right in.
Because, like, all that's coming out tomorrow is that Paris level and a couple other things, and that's what's in the intro pack.
Yeah.
And so, like, I'm curious if I should just buy the intro pack now and play it, and then have to pay, like, whatever the add-on for the whole thing is, or if I should just wait, see someone's review on it, and then just buy the full thing.
Yeah.
I'm really debating on it. But, oh, what, you were going to say something?
No.
Oh, I heard you open your mouth, so.
Oh.
I made a little noise.
Sorry about that.
Uh.
Little coffee is all.
But other than that, I kind of just screwed around with Broforce and Just Cause 2 again. And then the big game I played this week was The Division.
The man of the hour, The Division.
We've had multiple different opinions on this show about The Division.
Yes.
And I remember me saying, like, you know, I was into it, but I wasn't like, you know, like, oh my god, this is the greatest game of the century.
It didn't hook you.
Yeah, when we played the beta. Like, I enjoyed it, and I enjoyed it with people, and I had a good time. The thing is with that, and I think I figured it out, is that character in that beta meant nothing to me. So I didn't care.
Yeah, it was a very bland kind of, eh. The
character I have now matters to me. Because he's got all this nice gear and loot, and he's, like, level 12, and he's just going through and killing guys in, like, one shot. That game's hooked me, Brad.
You've got the RPG sickness.
It's gotten me. I kind of understand what the Destiny kids have been talking about all these years. Like,
it's that kind of gameplay. It gets you.
Yeah, it's like, you know, that whole, like, loot drive. So, like, I go through, I kill a bunch of dudes, I find better guns, and then I kill guys with those better guns.
And it's just an endless cycle.
It just keeps going. It's like crack.
It's gonna be exactly what it is. It is crack.
I was sitting up last night. Me and my friend played this till 4 a.m. last night.
Wow.
And at 4 a.m, I debated on buying, like, the $50 season pass.
That's impressive. I can't remember the last time you talked about a game that had kept you up that late and almost made you spend money.
Yeah, like, I was literally sitting in the store, like, looking at the season pass, like, I mean, I should just buy this. Like, I'm gonna play this stuff anyway.
Yeah. Did you end up buying it?
No, I didn't. But I just ended up going to bed.
You never make financial decisions on no sleep.
Yeah, but I seriously considered it.
I mean, from what I'm hearing, people are enjoying the game. It seems to have launched without a hitch. The only image of the game I've ever been able to find is that same image of everybody standing in line to talk to the NPC because there's no player collision, so they're literally forming like a lunch line to talk to the NPC.
Yeah, like you can't talk to an NPC if someone else is talking to it. It's really weird.
It's really funny.
It's funny though. I've never seen a line forming in my game. I wish I did, but
yeah, the picture I saw, there was one guy trying to go around the back, and everybody was screaming, "Don't cut."
it's weird because like I feel like that game was like the way it was talked about was different than it kind of actually is when it comes to like multiplayer with people. Like when you're out in the regular world, you only are playing with the group of people that you're playing with. So like say like you're in a group with 3 of your friends. It's only you and your 3 friends who are out there. Then if you go to safe houses or like common areas, that's where you see a bunch of people, and then you see a bunch of people obviously in the dark zone. That's like the PvP area.
So it's very kind of sectioned off as to where you're intervening with the public.
Yeah.
That is kind of different from what they were saying, because the way it was marketed was that it was like this big sort of unified experience.
Kind of like an MMO, but not an MMO. Is Destiny that way too? I don't know. I've never played Destiny.
Yeah, Destiny's sort of the same way, where, like, obviously at the main city, you see all the people just walking around.
Doing jumping jacks and dancing.
And doing the
Carlton.
The Carlton. And then as you're going through the zones, you're loading different zones. You may or may not see people there. And then there are these special areas. I forget what they're called. They might actually be called the Darkness Zone, something very similar to what it's called in The Division. I don't remember. It's been a long time. I'd have to ask my brother or my dad. They would know. But and in there, you only see whoever's in your party. Like, it's not interactable with anybody outside that.
Right.
So yeah, it's very, very similar to how you described The Division.
Yeah. The Division seems to just be Destiny, but not space.
Yeah, it's
basically
non-sci-fi Destiny. Which I guess is not a bad thing, because people really like Destiny.
Yeah. Like, it's weird. Like, I don't know what it is about Destiny. It's just that game came out, and its idea was so muddled when it came out that it just made me never want to play it.
Yeah, Destiny didn't have the best marketing campaign.
I kind of want to go back and play Destiny.
As an MMORPG kind of veteran here, one sickness at a time, Jacob.
Like I'm playing The Division, and I'm just like, I want more of this.
Yeah,
I want more of it in my veins.
You're addicted. You want the next high.
I want to be OD'd in an alleyway on Destiny and The Division.
Never mix your RPGs, Jacob.
Yeah, I want to share needles with The Division.
I mean, if you do want to get into Destiny, now's a pretty good time with, the Taken King being, everything Destiny needed, and, all the other expansions being really cheap. It's definitely the good time to jump into that universe if that's something you're looking to do.
Well, I could just spend $60 and get everything.
Exactly. Like that. If you, I actually feel kind of sorry for people who bought Destiny at its launch. People like me.
Yeah.
Who, kind of got suckered into buying every expansion as it came out, which is fine, because, that's kind of what you're expected to do with a game. But then something like the Taken King deal comes out, where it's like, oh yeah, now if you want to get into it, you get everything for $60. And
well, that's like a Game of the Year edition with any game. Like, you could say, oh, I could just wait to play any game until the Game of the Year edition comes out. Where
yeah,
it has
but
all the DLC
generally it takes longer for a Game of the Year edition to come out than it took for the Taken King to come out for Destiny.
That's true.
So,
I feel like the Taken King was mainly just they were like, we need some sort of end game content.
Yeah, we need something now.
Because they're making Destiny 2 currently.
Yeah, that is in development. Which
maybe I should just wait for Destiny 2.
Yeah, you could. It depends on how long The Division keeps you hooked.
I feel like The Division is going to keep me hooked for a while. Because they've even said seems like every month after this, there's a new DLC thing coming out. Whether it's a map expansion or quests.
Oh, right, because they have a really large map, right? And they want to keep expanding it to what they had promised originally. Yeah, it's
Midtown Manhattan right now, and so I would assume Upper Manhattan, Lower Manhattan. There's a part in the beginning of the game where you first start off, in the first couple things, where it's a small section of Brooklyn. That's the tutorial area.
Yeah.
So I wouldn't mind seeing a bigger Brooklyn. It's a 1-to-1 recreation apparently though of Midtown Manhattan.
And that's really big when you're thinking of game size.
Yeah, it takes a long time to get anywhere. But I saw a picture that someone was taking pictures that was comparing screenshots of The Division and where it was to its real life counterpart, and it looks pretty close.
Well, that's always good.
The only thing that's different would be like the store branding, obviously.
Yeah.
Like they have the Macy's store in it, and it's called like something like Abel's or something like that. Like that's like the in-universe store version of Macy's.
Huh.
And like you can go in the Macy's building, like it's a big building that you can go in. It's
Are
crazy.
most of the buildings like interactable? Can you go in most of them?
It really depends, honestly. Like there's some that like are surprisingly like that you can go inside, and like a lot of them are obvious big ones because they're like mission areas. But like, it's definitely more buildings to go into than GTA 5. I will say that.
So somewhere between like GTA 5 and like Fallout 4 kind of thing.
Yeah. Yeah, it's definitely not like Fallout 4 where like you can essentially go into every building as long as it's not bombed out. But like it's definitely more buildings than the average open world game of this nature.
Well, let's hope that they roll out those expansions on a timely manner and you get a huge map by the end of it.
I'm excited. But what was I going to say? I remember you saying you didn't like the beta. I would say like because I know a lot of times you tell me like you play games because your dad gets them. If your dad gets this game, try it out, man. I'm telling you, you'll get hooked.
I feel like this is a game he's probably going to be interested in because he really did enjoy Destiny. It's one of the few games that he spent quite a lot of time into. So this might be in his future if he's feeling it. So we'll see.
Yeah, I'd definitely say try it out. But other than that, I haven't played anything this week.
Well, this week you were the one playing the interesting games, and I was the one playing just about nothing. So
yeah,
it's a lot of very old titles.
It's the role reversal.
Yeah,
it's weird.
But I'm getting the final part for my PC next week, so hopefully I'll be back up and running and playing all the games I could possibly imagine. I've been without my Steam library and most of my my Blizzard games for like 2 weeks now, so I'm going through like withdrawals. I haven't been able to play Heroes, dude. I'm sitting over here like scratching and itching and twitching.
You haven't been able to smoke that Crystal Heroes.
Exactly. Like it's getting to me, man.
Dude, I just need some crystal, man. Heroes, bro. Isn't there currency in that game, crystals?
No, it is.
Like
it's gold.
Oh,
they're not
I don't
that
know
creative.
why I thought it was crystals.
Because I think there is I think there's a MOBA that uses crystals. Might be Dota.
Dota. Oh my god, we just said the same thing.
Yeah.
We're so compatible.
Yeah. The only MOBA that I haven't put a lot of time to actually is Dota.
Every MOBA I haven't put a lot of time into. The only one I've actually ever played has been League of Legends, and it just was not my thing.
I put way too much time into that game, but I've since cured my League of Legends addiction and moved on to Heroes.
Yeah.
It's like MOBA light.
You give him one addiction for another.
Exactly. But I think we should probably get into the news because we got a lot of stuff to talk about.
Yeah, it's going to be a good news. Brad, read me the news after that very odd transition.
Okay, well, I'm going to start off with some very good news, I think, anyway.
Bringing
Doom.
me the good news.
Yeah. So Doom, we talked about a little while ago. The multiplayer beta is actually starting soon. It's starting March 31st. But this is for people who have purchased Wolfenstein, which I feel like is a large number of people.
I did.
So, you did?
I did. I don't have it anymore, but I did have Wolfenstein.
Ah.
Should have saved that code.
Yeah.
I'm an idiot.
It's not a very long beta, though. So it's going to be March 31st at 10 p.m. ET to April 3rd. And that's going to be for, like I said, the people who purchased the New Order. There's a trailer floating around, and if you're skeptical on what Doom multiplayer is going to look like and you're thinking it might not be your thing, check out that trailer. It is really...
Ooh, doctor, let me tell you something.
Yeah.
Let me tell you something about the good old Doom multiplayer. That looks like a game changer. Let me tell you something, brother.
Yeah, if like Jacob was heading the resistance to Doom multiplayer, like he didn't think it was gonna be his thing, nothing like that. Showed him the trailer, and he's kind of turned 180 on this. If it can turn Jacob, it can turn you. So the two maps are gonna be Heatwave and Infernal, and they're gonna be two different game modes. That's Team Deathmatch and Warpath. So the multiplayer beta is going to be on all three systems, PlayStation 4, Windows PC, and Xbox One. Sorry, Mac people, you still don't have games. So if you, it says here at the bottom that those who are eager to play but aren't qualified to participate in the latest beta test can get involved by voting on the game's box art. Bethesda will offer one of two options for reversible cover art for Doom, which are being offered following a fan outcry regarding its current artwork. So
yeah, that is really generic cover art. Can I just say that? That's the one thing I've not enjoyed about it, is that cover art is generic AF.
Yeah, so Bethesda realized that, and now there's you can vote on what you want the cover art to be. Pre-orders for the full game are going to be are actually open now. So if you play the multiplayer and it's your thing, you can pre-order it, and the game's going to launch on May 13th. Xbox fans will receive copies of the first 2 Doom games for a limited time with their purchases. So if you're kind of dancing around this thinking you don't know, and you're an Xbox player, you might want to figure it out soon so you can get those first 2 games. Because who doesn't like old Doom games?
I love old Doom.
Everybody loves old Doom. Now, here is a story that I actually really want to talk about. And it's Amazon Japan is now shipping video games internationally. Now, this doesn't sound like a very big deal, but it kind of is, because those of you who are big JRPG fans, who maybe can't get a lot of the games that come out of Japan, because...
Oh my god, you can import games.
Yes, you can. You can
That's
now
really
import
crazy.
games, but a word of disclaimer first off, is you can import any game they sell on the service. Some of them still won't ship to the US, so you have to make sure that your specific game that you're trying to buy will ship here. And, some consoles are region-locked, specifically the Nintendo consoles. So if you're trying to buy a Nintendo game and you're trying to play it on an American, say, 3DS or Wii U, it's not going to work.
Yeah.
So be very careful what you're buying and make sure you can still use it on a console that isn't region-locked.
I want to say that the PS4 and Xbox are not region-locked, though. So
Yes,
if
they are not.
You're buying games for those, you should be fine.
Yes. So, so the article says that Amazon Japan displays most of the relevant information you need to create an account in English, with the exception of, a credit card and checkout. So,
Right.
most of it you can get in English, so it's not going to be terrible to navigate, and you can adjust your language settings for the site, so you can have it display everything in English. The only kind of stipulation is you might have to create an Amazon Japanese account, even if you already have an account at Amazon. But other than that, everything seems to be very simple and straightforward, and actually surprisingly effective.
It's pretty cool.
Yeah, it's at competitive pricing, and shipping isn't that much. So the Polygon people who wrote this article, they ordered a copy of Dark Souls 3, and the total came out to $61.87. Which included a $6.65 shipping fee. So, $7 in shipping when you're getting a game from Japan is really not that bad.
61 something in American or in yen?
Yes, in American. In
So
yen, that
that's
would be
even-
like 3 cents.
That's even cheaper than regular games.
It's, like I said, it's very,
It's like $2 cheaper.
yeah. So
Most of them have an English option anyway in the Japanese game.
yeah. So this is a very big deal for people who are really big into Japanese games, but sometimes can't get them because they're not released here in the U.S. And also, if, say, you don't like the localized version of the game, you can get it straight from the source now. But like I said earlier, some games are not available, so make sure you, when you're going into this, you know that some things will not be available. The example they gave was Ace Attorney 6, which I didn't know they made five other ones, but I guess they did.
Yeah, they're making an animated series of that too now. I just heard.
Yeah. My brother's actually excited about that, so I'll have to check in with him on that about what's the deal. I will report back. But yeah, this is definitely a very good thing for the gaming industry. It's making it so it's much more streamlined to get games from all over the world.
Nice.
Yep.
This is exciting.
It is. I might have to try it out myself, actually. I'm curious to see how well it works. I'll have to maybe my next title will be purchased off Amazon Japan. All right, so up next we have a slightly more depressing story. So if you float around the internet, you've probably heard this already, but Bear Simulator dev has stopped development of the game after negative feedback.
Oh my god, no.
Yeah, and this isn't just any kind of negative feedback, specifically from YouTubers, PewDiePie, even more specifically. So, what happened was it was a Kickstarter project, and which eventually got a Steam release, and he has come out and said he's no longer going to make the game. The developer John Farjay, I like that name, Farjay, of Farjay Studios wrote that, quote, making any updates or going further is basically a lost cause now, end quote. While backers and the majority of players on Steam, on which Bear Simulator launched February 26th, have spoken positively of the humorous game, Farjay referred to its most vocal negative reviewers as the cause of his frustration. So people on Steam liked it. So it had really good reviews. Everybody was kind of having fun with it, but PewDiePie had made a video saying that he really didn't like the game at all. It was boring, so on and so forth. And it was about a 6-minute video, apparently.
Jesus, he just ripped into this game.
Yeah. Says, quote, this video is more of a PSA of don't buy this game, he says during a 6-minute takedown. So he later made the video private on YouTube after news of the game being canceled development. So I guess he's sort of like debating whether or not he should put the video back up. And I guess he did actually. So if you do want to watch that video that kind of caused this little article to pop up, you can do that on PewDiePie's YouTube channel. But Farjay did say that he'll continue to offer updates as promised to the campaign backers, including an exclusive environment and other fixes. These will cease to be added once backers are, quote, happy and content. So it's sad that this kind of thing is happening. He was also quoted as saying, "It must be doing this PC game dev thing wrong because it is too hard to stay happy and productive." So
it's just someone who couldn't handle the criticism.
Yes, and the reason I put this story in here was not because it was terribly groundbreaking or interesting, but I thought it was important to kind of highlight the side of the industry that doesn't get shown all that often. It's hard to make a game and have it released to the public and then have it received poorly, especially by somebody with as much weight behind his words as PewDiePie.
Oh, I don't know what this guy was expecting by releasing Bear Simulator.
It was never meant to be a serious game. It was a very humorous sort of joking around thing.
And essentially Goat Simulator.
Yeah, and it did very well. It raised over $100,000, dollars on Kickstarter. It came into a Steam release, and he was seemingly having a lot of fun making this game. But then, the whole, as he said, drama happened. So nothing, like I said, nothing groundbreaking, nothing terribly important about this particular story. But like I said, I just thought it was important to highlight this part of the industry.
Huh. I just wonder if he was thinking, like, am I going to get universal praise from Bear Simulator?
I don't think he went into it expecting nothing but good reviews, but I think he wasn't expecting the sort of backlash he got from specifically one person, because, remember, PewDiePie has a very large following who will more or less do anything he asks, so I'm sure after that video went viral that he received a very large influx of negative reviews and all sorts of other, I'm sure, nasty things. But
yeah,
he seems to be very, he didn't have thick enough skin for this kind of work is what I'm gathering from this. So a little PSA for those of you thinking about getting into the gaming world, it can be very unforgiving. But anyway, now to more happier news. Overwatch release date has been announced, along with an open beta. This is Blizzard's newest title, the shooter Team Fortress 2 type deal. And, Jacob, are you interested in this game? I'm curious. You're not a big Blizzard guy, so I'm curious if this one has grabbed you.
Kind of. Like, I like TF2, so I think that's like the only thing that's making me somewhat excited about it.
Yeah.
Like, as it is, like, I probably wouldn't be that into it if it was just like a regular Blizzard game.
Yeah.
But I think if I was just going to play a game like this, I would just play TF2. TF2's free to play, and plus I know I'm guaranteed a good time with that game. Like, I have no clue with Overwatch.
Yeah. I was curious as to what people were thinking about this game, so I did a little digging, and I guess the people who have been able to play Overwatch, because right now it's only been an invite-only beta, are very adamant that it's not just TF2, that it's its own sort of thing, and it's fun and can stand on its own two legs. I'm withholding judgment until I can play it, but that seems to be the consensus. Anyway, Overwatch will be released on May 24th. The studio that's Blizzard Entertainment has also announced that it will run an open beta for the game from May 3rd to the 9th. Customers who pre-order by April 29th will get early access from May 3rd to 4th, while anybody else will be able to play the beta from the 5th to the 9th. So it's kind of two tiers. You pre-order, you get it from the 3rd to the 9th, but if you don't pre-order, you get it from the 5th to the 9th. The beta is going to be available on all three of the major platforms. It's PlayStation 4, Windows PC, and Xbox One. So, for those who don't know, this is going to be there are various tiered prices for Overwatch. It's not going to be a free-to-play game. There are collector's editions, I believe it's 40, 60, and I believe one tier above that are the 3 for Overwatch. But even if you're not thinking about purchasing it, try out the beta. It is open when it comes out. So maybe you'll get some enjoyment out of the game. It is very, and like I said, until I play it myself, I'll reserve judgment, but it is very TF2-like, at least from what I've seen.
Yeah, the trailers definitely did give me a TF2 vibe.
Absolutely. So I'm curious as to see how that plays out. The only Blizzard game, actually, that I didn't get a beta invite to. Makes me very sad. There's been 4 rounds of invites. I haven't gotten any of them. And with every other Blizzard game, I've gotten in the first wave of invites. I was in the tech alpha of Heroes.
Wow, you just don't get invited to anything. You didn't get invited to that. You didn't get invited to what was that really bad beta I played a couple months ago?
Homefront? Yes.
Homefront? You don't get invited.
I don't get... People don't like me. It's just...
I'm the elite,
Speaking of not getting invited to things, that's a terrible segue. Mass Effect Andromeda has lost another senior staff member.
Absolutely awful segue.
But this time it was an editor. So not only, I guess this editor in particular saw the previous people leave and decided to take it up a step further. Not only has this editor left BioWare, but she's left the gaming industry entirely. Or he, rather.
Go big or go home.
Yeah, he, rather, sorry. It's Cameron Harris is the senior editor at Mass Effect developer BioWare. And, oh no, it is a she. I was right, okay. I saw Cameron and I was like, oh, I screwed that up. But no, it is a she.
Cameron is a unisex name, sir.
I know that, but every Cameron I've ever met has been male, so it's sort of a...
True.
Yeah.
Very true.
So, Cameron's been around for a while. She worked on Star Wars The Old Republic, Dragon Age Inquisition, and most recently she worked on Mass Effect Andromeda. There's a string of tweets, if you want to check that out. Her Twitter is Camhar, Camharr. You can check out that string of tweets she left. But she was first contracted in 2012, like I said, with the Old Republic, and she's worked for Nintendo and Microsoft, and ArenaNet after BioWare. So, if you're wondering what a senior editor does, she works on the dialogue and the storyline for Andromeda. So, like the last couple people who have left, this is another big person with a very important job, and has sort of worrying. I'm getting more worried with every senior member that drops out of this team. Yes.
It's interesting. It's kind of like when Uncharted 4 was first announced and just everyone just started leaving Naughty Dog randomly.
Everybody just started jumping ship.
Yeah. So I'm curious what this means for it, because Uncharted 4 still looks good.
So that's really the only important thing about the story, was that to mention there's another person leaving. But I'm curious to see what other people's thoughts on this. So if you have a thought about Mass Effect Andromeda, whether or not the series of departures are a foreshadowing to the game, let us know, because I'm curious. I'm actually pretty worried about the game now, believe it or not.
I'm gonna guess instead of 10s, it might just get 8s. Yeah, worse than death.
It is. Well, I'm not even gonna try to segue this. I'm not even gonna try.
No. Try to segue it.
Fable Legends has been canceled.
Oh no! And speaking of leaving, Fable Legends has left the Microsoft release schedule.
Thank you, Jacob, for that. Yes, and on top of that, Lionhead is being closed by Microsoft. Or, I guess not officially, but it is almost guaranteed at this point. There have been several announcements from Microsoft that it's been on the table for a while, and they're planning to shut it down.
Also, too, because nobody is talking about this because Lionhead's the bigger headline grabber, Press Play Studios is also being closed.
Yes, I was going to put that in here as well, because I thought it was in a... And for those who don't know, Press Play Studios are the guys behind Max, the Curse of Brotherhood.
And Kalimba, if you've seen that in the store and don't know what that is.
Yes. So, it's he has a really long statement here about why it's being closed, because Hannah Lemick, which is the general manager of Microsoft Studios Europe, because that's where these guys are stationed out of, he gave a press announcement saying why this was happening. But yeah, it's sad. Fable Legends and Lionhead, who has given out some really good games in the past, they're no longer being worked on. And if those of you who are in Fable Legends closed beta, you will get a refund for any purchases you had made in the game. So that is confirmed. So don't worry about that just yet.
Is that all we have to say about that? Like, we don't.
I mean, I'm not gonna read his giant little press release there, but it is unfortunate that this is closing. Did you ever play any of the Fable games? Are you a Lionhead aficionado?
I played Fable 2 and 3, and I played that Connect one where you, but only for like a couple seconds, where you have to like ride a horse and buggy. It was interesting. But anyway, I kind of like the Fable games. Like, I don't know. 2 is like the only like really good one I've found, and especially from talking to people.
Yeah, the consensus to me seems to be that 1 and 2 were the best. 3 was sort of a disappointment, and I guess from what I'm gathering, nobody really expected Fable Legends to be all that good when it released either. So this is less of an impact than I thought.
Seemed like an interesting idea, though.
Yes, absolutely. I am sad that Fable is going to not get a good farewell.
I mean, maybe they'll find a new studio to do it. Like, Microsoft owns the IP.
Yes, and Jacob and I had this discussion earlier, but I had voiced my concern that I'm worried that Microsoft might use Fable as a sort of flagship to push their online store, which right now
I think they're using Quantum Break for that.
Oh yeah, and I was gonna put Quantum Break in here as well, but I decided against it.
Given the fact that Quantum Break, like, if you pre-order on Xbox One, you get a PC version of it for the Windows 10 store. That tells me that they're trying to push that.
Yeah,
as the game that shows off their store.
There were a few articles saying how it's not going to play very well on that platform, but because it's more speculation than anything right now, I decided against that. But I'm worried for not only just the future of Lionhead and the people at that company and Fable, but Microsoft as a whole is worrying me right now.
Microsoft's gonna be fine.
I'm sure they're not going bankrupt or anything, but I'm worried that the quality of their content is definitely might suffer.
Yeah.
So that's something to worry about. But I got one more news story here.
Hold on a minute before you go to that news story, young man. Because I've got some breaking news right now.
Breaking news.
Because when I clicked on the link to that article about Lionhead, I saw on the side, Dead Island 2 has a new developer.
Really?
Yes.
Okay, hot off the presses. Who's developing
Dead Island 2 is in development at Sumo Digital, publisher Deep Silver confirmed today. The company told MCV that it had moved production of the zombie shooter over to that studio, with further details about the game still to come. Sumo Digital has previously worked on titles like Disney Infinity and Little Big Planet. The studio is also working on Crackdown 3 as well as Dead Island 2. The change follows the loss of Dead Island 2's original developer, Jaeger Productions, in 2015. Deep Silver parted ways with the studio last July. And the Jaeger CEO attributed that to a difference of vision on the project.
That's what it always is.
Yeah. So the game's been delayed to this year, apparently. So someone tells me that, because I guess it was supposed to come out last year.
Yeah.
And apparently it's just going to come out sometime this year. There's a quote here, but that's just about the split and just basically just laying out the fact that it was a difference of vision. So what do you think about this?
I'm not familiar with that developer. Not terribly familiar anyway.
I think they did some of the late, like they did, I want to say, the Vita version of Little Big Planet and the Little Big Planet 3, and they've been doing a lot of the Disney Infinity stuff.
All right, well, that would make sense why I haven't heard of them then, because I'm not terribly involved with any of those titles.
And they're doing the new Crackdown, like I just read.
Yeah.
Thing, so.
I don't know. Is anybody really looking forward to Dead Island 2 at this point? The first one was a severe letdown, so I don't know if...
Dead Island definitely, that series has its fans.
It has its fans, but they're few and far between.
Like, I don't think it's that bad.
I think it was much worse than it should have been. I think that could have been a fantastic game. And
yeah.
It was sort of squandered its potential.
It definitely could have been, like, way bigger.
Like, I look to, like, Dying Light as an example of, like, that was a really, really good game. That's what Dead Island could have been.
That's actually perfect, because it's made by the same people. So, like, that is essentially definitely what it could have been.
Yeah. So, in a lot of ways, I think that's what Dead Island ended up being, was just a precursor to Dying Light. But, I mean, we'll see. I like to withhold judgments until I've had enough to, try it on my own. I'm
very curious what's going on with this game right now, though, with the fact that it's coming out this year and it's not.
And it just switched developers?
Well, it just announced switched developers, so you don't know. They could be working on it for a while, but I don't know.
It's worrying.
Yeah. It's going to be interesting to see what happens with that.
Yeah.
But continue to your last story.
Okay, sure.
Felt the need to interrupt you.
No, that was important. That was breaking news.
It was good breaking news.
It's hot off the presses.
Wasn't like I read some stupid story about High School Musical 3.
All right, so we had a sort of depressing news week this week with, all the people leaving and things getting canceled. So I'm going to end it on a good note. Mega Yarn Yoshi is returning to Toys R Us. It's getting restocked, which apparently was a very popular little collectible.
Is it the Amiibo one, or is it the...
Yes. Well, it's the deluxe version.
I wonder how big this Mega Yarn Yoshi is.
I will tell you. So starting March 20th, Amiibo collectors, Yoshi fans, and lovers of anything cute will have another chance to grab the limited edition plush. The deluxe version of the regular Yarn Yoshi Amiibo is 8 inches tall and will cost $40.
That's adorable. I want one of those for my desk.
Isn't it adorable?
Yes.
So yes, the 8-inch tall $40 toy will be available only at Toys R Us. So if you don't go into a Toys R Us all that often, this might be a reason that you want to do that. A little PSA here. Toys R Us said that it would stock the special toy in, quote, extremely limited amounts. So you might...
That good old Nintendo artificial scarcity.
Yes.
They did it with the Wii.
Yeah.
Where I'm sure they had plenty of Wiis, but they made people want a Wii.
Yes. So, if you are a Amiibo collector, you like Yoshi, or you just think it's adorable like Jacob, head over to Toys R Us starting March 20th.
I don't have a Wii U, and I kind of want this.
Oh, I want it too. It looks awesome. I love Yoshi.
It looks like a nice thing to hug at night because you're alone and soulless.
Yeah.
And dead inside.
That went a little deep, and I don't know if I want something to hug, I'm not spending $40 on a Yoshi. I'll buy a $2 teddy bear. But anyway.
Sitting there, and I'm just like, hello, darkness, my old friend.
I'm like a little Simon and Garfunkel.
Yeah, exactly.
But yeah, if you're a Yoshi aficionado, your day has come.
I like it.
But yeah, that's the end of the news.
Some good news, some bad news, some adorable news.
Yes.
Speaking of adorable, about to hit you with America's most adorable game show.
I don't know if it's adorable.
Sucked. It's pretty adorable. Well, that sucked. Welcome to Well, That Sucked. The way the game works is simple. I get Brad 3 randomly selected games, and he has to tell me which of the 3 is the lowest rated according to the website Metacritic. I can give Brad no help, except for a brief description of the game, if he so chooses to ask for it. Brad, I don't think you're going to need a description of any of these games this week, because I just got games from series.
Okay.
Are you ready?
I am ready.
Round 1.
Round 1. Oh, no. Oh, God.
Jeez, what was that?
Oh, it was my little foam house just fell over. It's okay. If my audio quality changes here, it's because I just lost some of the soundproofing foam. I apologize.
All right, then. Hitman 2 Silent Assassin, Hitman Blood Money, Hitman Absolution.
Ugh. Well, here comes my inexperience with the Hitman series. Alright, so Hitman Absolution was the most recent one, correct?
Yes, that was the one that was on Xbox 360 and the PlayStation 3.
Yes. So, these are in backwards order then, right? So, well, actually, I guess you put it in forwards order. It was the first, second, and the third.
Oh, jeez, that I did.
I heard that. Alright, well, I remember Absolution being pretty well received. I don't remember anything about the first two, though. Huh. I don't know what it is, but I just feel like I should pick Blood Money. I don't know what it is. I know nothing about the game, other than it's a Hitman game. But, I have a feeling. I'm going with it. I'm going with the feeling. I'm going Blood Money.
Brad?
Yes?
You're a fool.
Yeah.
Everyone loves Blood Money.
Is that true?
Yes, the lowest rated was Absolution.
Oh, okay. I wasn't expecting that.
Second highest rated was Blood Money.
No.
And the highest rated was Hitman 2 Silent Assassin.
Well, now
You're a
I'm
fool,
sad.
Brad.
I'm gonna get you a little ding and, like, sound effect for game shows. That way you have something to play when I screw up.
Round 2.
Round 2.
Far Cry. Far Cry 2. Far Cry 3.
Ugh. Alright, so I don't know anything about the Far Cry series. I've dabbled in them.
I was gonna say, have you never played a Far Cry game?
I've dabbled. I've never committed.
Yeah, you diddled Far Cry.
A little bit. Alright, so I want to say Far Cry 3 was probably the most well-received of them. Though I don't know it. This is the Hitman thing all over again. Like, I recognize one of them, and I have no idea about the other two. Maybe I should just go with the first one, because the first game of the series is never the best, right? Maybe they did like a, Alright, yeah, I'm going with the first one. I'm going with Far Cry 1.
Brad,
Yes.
you're correct.
Aha, they did the GTA thing. It gets better every time.
Far Cry 1. Okay, you know what I didn't even do? I didn't even ask you what Hitman Absolution was rated. What's Hitman Absolution rated?
I'm gonna go with a 79.
Oh my god, Brad, you got it right. You got the half point.
Woo!
You're at 1.5 now. Can you pull it off and give me what Far Cry 1 was rated?
Far Cry 1 was rated a 73.
58.
Oh, okay, Jesus.
Far Cry 2 was the second highest rated with 85, and Far Cry 3 was the highest rated with a 91.
That is a huge jump. From a 50
Yeah.
to an 80? Jesus.
Yeah.
Wow,
Round
I
three,
never
yeah.
get that right. I'm kind of happy.
I know. I think you're gonna be really familiar with these games.
Okay.
Pokemon Ruby,
Oh.
Pokemon Emerald, Pokemon Snap.
Oh. So 2 from Generation 3 and then an N64 title. Okay, well, I feel like my childhood says I can't say Pokemon Snap no matter what the ratings are, because that game will always be the best in my opinion. So, I don't know how Ruby and Emerald would be rated any differently. Like, they're very similar games. Ugh. It's probably Pokemon Snap, but I can't bring myself to say that. Fine, I'll say Pokemon Snap.
Brad,
Yeah.
you broke the streak.
Am I wrong?
You're wrong.
I've never been so happy to be wrong.
The lowest rated was Pokemon Emerald.
Really?
Can you tell me what Pokemon Emerald was rated?
Yeah, probably like an 84.
76.
Oh, okay.
Pokemon Snap was a 77. Pokemon Ruby was an 82.
I'm surprised that Ruby is higher than Emerald.
I know, it doesn't make any sense. That was a nail biter. Let me tell you something.
It was. I never get the half point. That should have been something like, oh, something's wrong. I'm not winning this week.
I should have pulled down like a tarp because you got the half point. I think you got the half point like the first week we played this.
And like never again.
And never again. Yeah. Like I think like you got it on like one of the I think I played like a Metal Gear game and you got like the half point on that. But
Yeah, well, first time in like 4 weeks that I've lost. I can accept that. If it means Pokemon Snap is not the lowest rated game, then so be it.
We did it, though. You lost.
They need a new one. I want a Pokemon Snap Wii U.
Honestly, like, I've thought about that the other day. How did they make that system and make its functionality and not think, let's immediately put a Pokemon Snap game on this?
I don't know. Something's happening at Nintendo. Maybe because there's no paint in Nintendo, in Pokemon Snap.
Exactly, that's what it is. There's no paint and there's no...
no tablets.
Well, there is tablets.
Oh, yeah.
They're like, oh, it's got one half, but is there a way we could put in paint? No. Forget it. Cancelled. Get it out of here. Get it out of my face.
Listen to the Nintendo Direct special if you want to get what the hell we're talking about.
Yeah, if you want to get the ongoing joke of the fetish of paint and tablets at Nintendo, go listen to the Nintendo Direct special, you scrubs. Speaking of scrubs, Brad, read me the spiel.
Okay, and I thought I had bad transitions.
What are you talking about? I called them scrubs. You're a scrub. You lost this week.
Oh, see, okay, I didn't make the connection. I apologize. All right, so if you want to get in touch with us, you can do that at completewithdlc@gmail.com. Drop us a comment line, complaints, questions, whatever you have, whatever's floating around in your head, we want to hear it. Send it our way. You can find us on iTunes, Stitcher, and SoundCloud. That's probably where you're listening to us right now. Give us a review. Drop us a comment. We always try to improve the show with all the feedback we get from you guys. And we like to think we're moving in the right direction sometimes. Sometimes.
Hard to tell.
Yeah. We're on a treadmill, basically. We're also on social media. We're on Twitter. We're Complete with DLC there as well. That's where Jacob uploads shouts out whenever a new episode gets uploaded, or one of us is doing something entertaining, which isn't very often. We're very boring people.
Yeah, we're...
You can find us on YouTube. That's where we upload backups of all of our podcast episodes, as well as a few short series that we like to do every now and again. Mostly Jacob just likes to scare the hell out of me with horror games, so, yeah.
Oh, by the way, speaking of that, I beg of you people, please go watch our Slender videos.
Oh, God.
Because nobody is watching them.
I wouldn't watch them. I don't blame them. There's a horrible game. Don't buy a Slender.
It's really bad.
PSA.
It's not even worth the $5 I spent on it.
I feel sorry for you. I would demand a refund. But, we're also on, I think I covered everything, right? Twitch, YouTube, iTunes, Sound. Yep, that's everything. All right, so, Jacob.
Wait,
what?
Before you go into our specific thing.
Yes.
What? Get ready for a little trailer review coming your way.
Oh, a little sneak peek.
For Captain America, the American Civil War.
I don't think it's American.
No, it's the American Civil War.
Oh, okay.
Think about it. It's exactly the
Yes,
American
it's
Civil
actually
War.
a period piece.
Exactly.
So, Jacob, if they don't want to talk to me and they want to talk to you, where can they do that?
I don't know why you would want to talk to him, but so definitely when you want to talk to me, you go to every single social media that's ever existed in the universe, and you type in the search bar, it's JGriff, ITSJAYGRIFF, and you'll find me, and you can connect with me, and talk with me, and praise me. What are you typing over there?
I was just sinking in the awkward silence you had just created, that's all. And I was trying to type upside down because my keyboard is upside down.
Brad?
Yes.
Where can they find you?
If you want to get in touch with me, you can do that on Twitter if you like, if you use the tweets. I am Kalgny on Twitter, KALGNE. I'm not terribly active, but I'm getting better, I promise. But if you want... Sorry, I'm terribly distracted. If you want to actually have a conversation with me and, have a more reliable form of communication, you can do that through Battle.net, Blizzard's little interactive hub for their games. My code is Brad1261. I don't know if you have to add that little hashtag in the middle, but if you do, it's Brad, #1261. Or if you're not of the Blizzard officiants... That's not a word.
Yeah, what
Persuasion?
the hell is that?
I was going to say aficionado, but it didn't make sense in that form of, sentence structure, so I don't know. I just screwed that up.
The Asian persuasion?
Yeah, that was actually my nickname in high school.
Was it really?
No, I was the Caucasian of Asian. I just made that up.
Oh, wow.
Blizzard, Battle.net, Brad1261. If you don't want to use that and you don't use Twitter, you can email the show and just direct the question at me. I'll be sure to answer you promptly if you want to get... You can talk to Jacob through that as well. Just mention Jacob or say it's for him, and I'll direct him to it. That spiel was just all over the place. That was just...
Yeah, that was just a...
I'm scatterbrained today. I don't know what it is.
I don't know what's going on with us.
I think it's the midterms. They're getting to me.
I dare say this is a pretty good episode, except for that spiel.
Spiel just ruined it all.
Honestly, like, I wouldn't even bother you if you... I wouldn't even be mad at you if you unsubscribed on iTunes because of that spiel.
It was pitiful.
It was honestly, piss poor.
Oh, God. Well, I believe that covers everything, Jacob.
Yeah, it does.
Sounds so defeated, so downtrodden.
So, this has been Complete with TLC. I'm Jacob Griffin.
I'm fired.
And thank you for listening. By the way, position open to anyone who wants it.